Hi, Wagtunes here with another wonderful, fun-filled video. In this one, what I'm going to do is, there are some people who are, how should I say, slightly either intimidated or put off by AudioTerm's DOS-like interface and creating wavetables with it. So what I figured I'd do is I'm gonna make a video to show you really how simple it is to use AudioTerm in making wavetables that you could use for Serum or Falcon, which I'm going to be using in this particular video. And after you see how simple it is, believe me, you're not gonna hesitate to use this because it's a piece of cake. All right. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to go to AudioTerm. Actually, what I'm going to do is we're going to go back to, I'm going to flush this out. We're going to go back to the main menu. Okay. When this starts up, you'll see a whole bunch of options: K-term, Xform, S-loop, Xmorph, and so on. What you want to do when you start up AudioTerm in order to create wavetables, you want to click on where it says K-term. Okay? After you do that, you're going to see some options down at the bottom: disk, viewer, slice, assemble, envelope, and TF, which is your table editing functions. Now you see there's nothing in there right now, so there's nothing to edit. So we're going to go back to System, and we're going to go back to, actually back to our K-term. We're going to click on Slice. This is one way that we can create wavetables. What we do is we actually piece them together one waveform at a time. I'm not going to go crazy with this one and actually try to design something specifically to a certain kind of format. I'm just going to go crazy with this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my mouse and I'm just going to go across the screen, and there we have our wave, and that's what it sounds like. That's fine. I'm going to then click on Assemble, and as you can see, it writes it automatically to the position. That's the first position. Now, we can do this one position at a time. It's really not necessary. I usually leave a few spaces in between. So I'm going to come over to here and click DEST, which is destination. I'm going to click on that 2, 3, 4 times. All right? I'm going to go back to Slice, and we're going to make another one. Okay, that's cool. Click on Assemble, and now we have our second wave. Do it again. 4. Go back to Slice. Let's try something like this. Alright. Assemble that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go back. I'm going to try something different this time. We're going to go to Wave Draw. Here's where we could just draw on a wave. It's a little simpler. Let's do something like that. And that's what we get. We'll apply that. That's what it looks like in here. Go to Assemble, and we got our fourth wave. Click on Destination again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slice. Okay, that's cool. Again. And I'm just going to do this all the way through until I get to the end. 1, 2, 3, 4. And like I said, I'm not going crazy trying to actually design something that, morphs really, really smoothly from one wave to the next. That does take some time, but it can be done. And of course, with what you could do with these tables in Falcon, that doesn't matter anyway, as you're going to see in a couple minutes. Last one, we'll do another wave draw. Let's chop this up a bit. Yeah, I like that one. Okay. Assemble that. Okay, now we've got all our waves, but we want to smooth things out now. So we're going to click on our table editing functions. Okay, we're going to go to table interpolation. I'm going to click on pole lock there. All right, this is going to smooth things out. If we now go to output, you'll hear that the table is very smooth. If I hadn't done that, you would have heard that it was all choppy. We're now going to apply this and optimize it. And we have a fairly smooth wavetable there. Okay, I'm not done. I'm going to fancy this up a little bit. I'm going to go to Format Shift. Okay, and we're going to try to get kind of like a format wavetable out of this. Again, you could do this really mathematically, but I'm just going to kind of go through this, get some different, and as you can hear, that kind of exaggerates the table a little bit more with formats. Apply it, optimize it, write it. I like that. That sounds pretty cool. Okay, we're done creating our wavetable. Now we have to save it. Click on disk, go to F-type, which is your file type. I'm going to choose file type 10, which is Serum. It will work in Falcon or Serum. It'll work in a lot of places. If you want doing two tables, click on 09. Click on 10. Okay, now I'm going to save this. I want to go look and see what the last table was I did. Let's see. Last one I did was 96. All right, so we'll go back here. Click on Save. Type in SAM096 and hit Enter. And as you can see, it comes up in the list of files that are in the AudioTerm directory. But what I want to do is I want to move it from there to my Falcon directory. So we're going to go back here. There it is in the AudioTerm directory, SAM096. And I'm going to move it over there. Oh, that's right, 096 was the last one we did. We actually want this to be 097. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to rename this. Okay, 097, and then we're going to stick on the end underscore 2048 because for whatever reason, and I don't know why, that is what you need to do in order for Falcon to actually recognize this as a wavetable. Otherwise, it doesn't work right. Okay, now that I've done that, we're going to take the wavetable and we're going to stick it in there. Okay, and let's see, we're going to play it. Let's bring up the dynamic of the envelope a little bit so we can hear it better. Okay, that's just the first wave in the table. If we go through it, okay, you could hear it's kind of, it's morphing through it. Okay, not the smoothest thing in the world, but we can kind of fix that up. What we're going to do, increase the voices to 4, increase the wave spread, turn on stereo, turn on the tune a little bit. I'm going to turn this into a pad. I'm going to lengthen the attack, lengthen the release, probably, well, I'll leave the dynamic where it is for now. Okay, now, sounds pretty good. We're gonna use an LFO to actually cycle through the wavetable. Take off bipolar because we just want it to go really from the bottom up to the top. Take off the trigger. We don't want it to re-trigger with every note because we want it to actually smoothly cycle through. Bring up smooth, a little bit of delay, a little bit of rise. Turn down the frequency. I want this to cycle through slowly. Bring it down to 7 Hertz. Leave phase where it is, and if you listen, it's very smooth. If you watch the screen, you could actually see the wavetable cycling through. And even though I'm not playing now, it's still going. Because you know trigger's off. And then if you want, we can go to phase distortion. What we're going to do here is we're going to add a mod wheel to that, so we can actually, with the mod wheel, adjust the phase distortion while the wavetable is cycling through. And it sounds something like this. And there you have it. That's all there is to it. That is how easy it is to make wavetables in AudioTerm. It's a very, very simple piece of software. I know it's kind of archaic looking, but once you get used to it, it's really a piece of cake. And there's a lot of things you could do. You could adjust envelopes. You can, there's just a lot you can do. I'm not going to go through all of it. Maybe in a later video I will go through all of AudioTerm, but just for putting together simple wavetables, that is the process. Okay? Anyway, this is WagTunes. Hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, please just ask and I'll be happy to answer them. You all have a great day.